shall we go on to our last segment of the podcast?
We shall. Let's do this. Would you rather? Number
Would you
5.
rather? Our usual last segment.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Mr. KB, this is the part of the show where I go onto signupgenius.com. They have 100 would you rather questions, and I get you to pick a number between 1 and 100, and I'll read out the would you rather question that lies within.
Happy
So
days.
please pick a number between 1 and 100.
2.
2. Okay. Would you rather have more time or more money? Now, this is a very apt question considering what we've been through this whole year, where we've had both more time and more money.
This question has frozen my brain because I'm thinking like, okay, let's narrow it down. More time means more time to make money, and more money means you don't need as much time to make that money. So
Exactly.
kind of cancels each other out. If
Cancels each other out. I guess more time in terms of longevity, in terms of getting things done.
Yeah, I suppose.
So if you want to get your music done or your YouTube videos or this podcast, we have all the time in the world to do it, but not necessarily the funds available.
Yeah, and if we had more
Whereas
money,
the other way
we would
around,
definitely have the more money because
if we had like, I don't know, 24 hours or a couple of weeks or only a couple of months where we had all the money we desired.
We could quit our jobs and then go full time.
Yeah, then again, I think the whole thing about it is, what would you in such a short time span, what would you spend that on?
But it's not necessarily saying that it's going to reduce.
Would it be like a knee-jerk decision, or would there be conscious thought behind what you're investing your money into?
I don't know. Is the question based on how much time I got now, or is it just like, is it reducing time? Because if it's just,
I guess we can interpret it how we wish, but it's would you rather have more time or more money?
I think more money. I would go with that personally.
Yeah, well, I guess your financial problems. I mean, more time. You have more time, like you said, to earn more money.
But yeah, that depends on how lucky you get as well. You could either make enough certain money in that time or not. Personally,
I also a song from my first EP, which is this is a very subtle plug here, is called "Time Is My Sworn Enemy," which I wrote about the ramifications of not having anywhere near amount of time on my hands as I would like. So I gotta say, it is a difficult one. The fact is, if we're going with the fact that if you have loads more time on your hands, you can earn more money through said time, then I would definitely go for more time.
Yeah.
You're going for more money.
I'm going for more money, personally.
Oh, good. I think that's the first split that we've had between us.
Yeah.
Could be wrong.
It is like a very divided question.
Okay, another number, please.
3.
3. Would you rather have, this is going to go with Adam Sandler now, would you rather have a rewind button or a pause button in your life?
Oh,
that's a great question.
I think for me, rewind is a no-brainer because you could pause something and think about the situation there and then and the ramifications of it, but still make the wrong decision. At least with a rewind button, you can realize you've made the wrong one and then redo it. And if you do the wrong thing again, redo it, and the cycle continues until you're happy with the result you get in the end.
Well, the thing with the pause situation, obviously it's for wrongdoing, right? That's what it's made for.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm not in that way, right? I'm just thinking you can go into a casino or something, then pause. Then,
actually,
I don't know, not even rob it. You can just put the ball on the roulette wheel. You can put the ball on that thing on the right number every single time, and you'll technically be playing fair game.
As well, though, if you're betting on football or anything else, you can rewind and then predict.
Better. No. You can't. No, you can only rewind. You can't fast forward.
No. Well. No, you look at the results.
You can't put bets in games that have already happened.
No, you watch the game of the football and then you rewind to place your bet.
Oh, I see. Okay, so when you get back to the present, you'll be a rich person.
Yeah, exactly.
Would it work like that though? Do you think?
Well,
the danger with time travel, right, Like, obviously we've all seen the ramifications of time travel in Back to the Future and stuff. You know, where you can just fade out of existence. With a pause button, I feel like it's a lot safer,
Mm.
and also you can essentially, we're both going with the get more financial gain out of it
Well,
and stuff.
I think if you're going to go back in time to place a bet, you need to be clever about it. You can't just like, oh, I'm gonna place £1,000 down on like the riskiest bet for it to happen, because you're gonna get your account banned. That's usually what happens. You place that, people think you're up to no good, and then they ban you, which is true because you know what the results are. So you
I
gotta.
also think that, like, with like, if you live with regrets, right? If we're going away from the financial side of it, and you want to rewind to a point in your life to change it because it's not the proudest moment in your life, as opposed to any sort of financial stuff,
Yeah.
I would argue that shapes you as the person you are today.
I think so.
You
It goes back to that
you,
whole.
you know, you learn from it and you develop understanding and empathy from your mistakes.
I don't
If you
think
rewind.
I don't think I'd use rewinding for that particular issue. It's more like if there is a disaster that happened,
No,
like
I just want to place bet.
when I had my car accident in January, I could rewind time to not pull out of that junction.
That's true, but then again, when I had my car accident, you know, I don't know.
But I'm spending more money on my insurance now because
Again, since I've had my car accident, it wasn't my fault. Obviously, this car accident, as we, I won't get into it because it's all very legally complicated. But like, I have become a more careful and more like a more sensible driver from that point.
I think though.
Sometimes my detriment, like sometimes I'm too slow.
But
or
if you
whatever. But
retained if you retained your memory from rewinding, then you'd remember that if this happened, then no, if you did this, or like in my
and
case,
plus, right? Plus, no, I've got to say, in all seriousness, right? If it hadn't been me that crashed into this guy with, shall we say, a few problems with his car, right? He could have gone on to then horribly injure some other poor driver. Because he basically, what happened was he was overtaking on his side of the road, right? And he didn't see me coming directly towards him. So if it hadn't been me hitting him and then coming out unscathed, if I'd have rewound it and then gone a different route, he would have done the exact same thing to a different car with different occupants.
Yeah, I can understand that. In my case, though,
I'd rather not, change that specific element. I'd rather just.
Yeah.
I'd hate to bring the mood down, but it's true.
No.
I feel like the ramifications of going back and changing stuff are a lot more.
It depends. Like if it's a little mistake.
We'd all like to go back in time to the Wuhan province.
Yeah.
Later last year and stop that guy from eating a bat.
Yeah, but then I wouldn't be able to work from home. So.
But I just think pause in terms of clarity of thought, and if you want to really just from another non-financial standpoint, if you want to really think about something that you want to, say to someone, you could have loads of time to prepare it. You'd be like Bill Murray in Groundhog Day. You'd have all the time in the world to learn new skills as well. Again, going back to the previous point of time versus money, if you'd have paused it and then didn't unpause it until you spent years and years learning stuff and then unpaused it at the exact point,
the one
well.
issue I see with pausing, say you want to learn something technically or something like that, if everything's paused around you, your computer wouldn't turn on, or you wouldn't be able to access stuff on the internet or anything like that. Everything around you would just be at a standstill. So if you needed someone to teach you or something like that,
you've got books, right? And you've got like, you can self-teach. I self-taught myself guitar, so if there's no internet or whatever, then hey ho, I'll be able to like just learn it by ear or whatever.
But what it like if time was stopped, would those sounds of the guitar come out? How would you know that you're playing the right note?
Oh wow, we're really going in there.
I just thinking
Well,
like if time was stopped,
presumably,
like sounds wouldn't come out of the guitar.
presumably inanimate objects wouldn't be like wouldn't like be sort of completely ineffectual.
Hmm.
It would just be humans and people with like, biological beings would only be affected.
I'm still gonna go with reverse time personally.
And I'm going to go with pause. So there we go. That's another contradiction between each other that we made. Last one, and then we're going to wrap this up.
Sounds good. Take it away.
Pick a number between 1 and 100, please, sir.
4.
Would you rather be able to talk with the animals or speak all foreign languages?
Talk with animals.
Talk with animals.
Interesting. I would wonder
what would you say to them?
I would say to my cat, "Why are you such an arsehole?" That would be so weird if you were trying to talk to a parrot, though.
Go, swim up to a shop. Hey, what's up, bud? How you doing?
What's that? What's up, bat? And then, yeah. I don't know. I was saying, what would happen if you try to speak to a parrot? It would just be a paradox.
You have this gift, Kieran. You're going to be able to communicate with all animal life.
Why are you such an asshole? I would ask. I don't know. I'd tell leeches to stop sucking my blood. I'd tell slugs to fuck off my porch. And then
so much aggression. Why can't you? Just,
do you have I want to talk to animals just so I could tell all the animals to fuck off.
Yeah, exactly. You want to talk to animals just so you can give out about certain animal species.
It's like, do you understand what that means? Huh?
Oh dear.
Oh, I love myself. So I love to talk to animals, but in terms of like speaking all foreign languages, that would be very helpful as well. Imagine the amount of jobs you could land with that.
Yeah, I think foreign languages for me.
I think I would become the new crocodile hunter if I could speak to animals. I think.
Imagine you're in a foreign country and you were lost as well. It'd be so great to just be able to talk to someone just on a whim.
Do you speak English? Ah, no, I don't. Sorry.
I mean, to be fair, I don't even speak English half the time. I speak garbled gibberish.
I speak bullshit.
Well, you speak Welsh, presumably, don't you?
I do.
Yeah, you have the countdown on your channel in Welsh.
Yes, that is correct.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, how much Welsh do you actually know? Are you fluent, or are you like
enough to get through an exam with a D?
Because imagine did you go to like a Welsh speaking school, or was it like an English and Welsh speaking school?
I went to a Catholic school that just happened to teach Welsh because it's on the curriculum in Welsh schools in Wales, I should say. Not necessarily.
Well, I learned I did German and French at school.
There was never any opportunities for me to learn German. There was French and Italian that were in my school.
I didn't like French. I much preferred German. I don't know. I think German, it was more cognizant to my brain.
Have you ever seen that video of like all the different singular words in different languages, and then the German one's completely different? It's like says, sexy, sex, Freitag.
Wow. No, I haven't seen that actually.
Yeah, they do have a funny. I don't want to say they have a
authoritative way of speaking, which I like. I was in Hungary as well, in Budapest. Barely anyone spoke English there, right?
Yeah.
So even ordering at McDonald's was a bit of a challenge.
Yes. I want that one.
But yeah, it's essentially Andy Pipkin, yeah. But there was a server behind the counter at McDonald's who could barely speak any English at all. And I tried to say to her, look, you're English, my Hungarian, so no, I don't know any other foreign languages apart from German, but it would be very, very, I've got lots of friends from lots of different parts of the world, and just Well, see, again, probably if you want to talk in the wrongdoing sense, just eavesdrop on their conversations about me
Hmm.
in their own language.
Just hold up a Google Translate to their conversations. Like,
If
what the
you
fuck
know,
do you
if
say
you
about
knew
me?
now here's if you knew all foreign languages and you didn't tell anyone, that would make for quite an interesting life. You know,
Eavesdropping, are we, Potter? Yeah. Okay. Well,
eavesdropping on Lord of the Rings,
what's that?
Samwise Gamgee.
Oh,
He's the
yeah.
one who's eavesdropping, not Harry Potter.
Yeah, I mean, Half Blood Prince. When he's
Oh, I haven't
eavesdropping
seen that.
against Malfoy on
Oh,
the train.
it's been ages since I've seen that one.
Ah,
Everyone knows Prisoner of Azkaban for this one.
yeah.
I don't know. Talk to the animals. I mean, I'd talk to that bat and say, "Why have you got COVID? Don't give it to us."
I don't know, because I'm dead.
I love how all your animal noises are akin to all the. You have a high pitched voice for most impressions. That you
No,
do.
he'd just be like, I don't know. So was that why did I get COVID? Because someone killed my parents.
I'm Batman.
What am I doing in China?
And I guess I would talk to like. I'll tell you what. I would be paid a fortune by marine biologists if I could communicate with ocean life.
That's the thing. So yeah, you just say, have you ever seen The Boys at all? The show.
Oh, well, is that the superhero one?
Yeah.
They're like it's like Watchmen.
Yeah, yeah, and they've got like a sort of dark comedic representation of real comic book superheroes like Superman and Aquaman and
Yeah.
all those. And the Aquaman guy is there's a very gruesome scene in season 2, and I think that was the only scene me and Katie both had to look away at. And but it does
really?
fall into the whole thing about talking to animals, and yeah, just in that situation, tell the animal to go get out of the way.
Again, KB with his utter contempt for all animal life, calling them arseholes and telling them to get out of the way.
Yeah, I mean, loads of people say, well, they're just animals; they don't know any better. I'm like, well, now they do.
But yeah, mind you, you get paid a fortune teaching foreign languages would be quite a good job. Especially rare foreign languages. You know that guy on YouTube who's like a dialect coach for actors.
I think so.
He does these videos on Wide, brilliant videos, which are like him going through a certain actor's accent, like fake accent in a film, and highlighting what's right with it and what's wrong with it.
Yeah.
If I could be one of those people, man alive.
You could get paid.
Like a dialect coach.
Yeah, you
brilliant.
could, like, release your YouTube videos, but in multiple languages.
Indeed you do. I'm going to go for foreign languages.
Okay, and I'm going to go talk to animals, so we're very, very divided in this segment.
Deliberate contrarian, Kieran. Absolute weapon you are.